First of all, China's priority is China itself, and what's good for China, first and for all, and for China, what's best is actually peace and stability in order to continue the big growth that she's going through in the last 40 years almost. So for her, the war and what's going on around the sanctions are all sign of instability, which could harm our economy, which could harm the export. So China is doing now everything in her power, I think, to gain some trust among the community in order to be somewhere in the middle, somewhere as a power who could really influence, and she can, both Putin and Ukraine, but she wants to be called to be the one who will make peace.
Seeing that, potentially remaining neutral on this, but looking at the relations between Russia and China, are they stronger than ever, perhaps? Does China actually represent another option for Russian finances and the economy as they're being somewhat blackballed by the West?
Okay, so first of all, China and Russia are neighbors. They have more than 4,000 kilometers border in front of them, and they need to survive together. It wasn't that always Russia was the main friend or the big friend of China. It's all to do with the Cold War and what's going on in the international arena with the relationship with the United States. So we're in the middle of the Cold War. Now, there's the war in Ukraine that everybody is taking, the attention is over there, but we're in the middle of a Cold War. And what matters to China actually is everything to do against the US, less to do in favor of Russia. So when just a month ago, the Olympics started in China, so they stood together, Putin and the President Xi Jinping stood together and pledged for a long-term relationship and friendship and cooperation. If you look at China after the invasion to Ukraine, you see a very, very different voice here. You see a much, much, much lesser support to Russia. First of all, we are now in the Paralympic Games. So it's very symbolic to see how actually Russia does not appear here, and also Belarus, they are banned to appear in the Paralympic. And China is the host, so it's a big thing. And again, if you look at the last week, so first, okay, China cannot move very fast, and it really doesn't do it usually, cannot move from full support to Russia to condemning, but you see she's moving towards the center. More and more, she's talking about the need for peace. China is very symbolic. So yesterday we saw a very big conference call of Wang Yi, the foreign minister of China, and he mentioned more than 80 times the world cooperation. And it's not for nothing. It's what China wants to do in the new order. She wants to be very dominant. She wants to be one of the powers.
And certainly at the head of the economic table, perhaps, which positioning itself to be here right now. Yael, Einav, thanks for breaking down. Obviously, a complex issue in China's position on it. The world struggling to figure out exactly where the power of China stands on this issue. Thank you for helping us.